Welcome to section 6. In this section, we're going to cover Wi-Fi hacking. I'm going to walk you through a big picture overview of what exactly Wi-Fi is and how this is one of the most common ways that black hatters get access to networks, access to information, and how you can also learn how to hack Wi-Fi yourself, right? So let's go right ahead and jump in here. So we're going to go over specifically what is Wi-Fi. I want you to get a real understanding foundationally of what exactly Wi-Fi is, right? We have that acronym there, but we don't really know oftentimes how it works, why it works, and the backstory of it, right? We're going to go into that. We're going to go over how hackers break into Wi-Fi, what are the most common methods, and then we're going to go over setting up our Kali machine for Wi-Fi hacking. We're going to walk through the WEP hacking. We're also going to walk through the WPA and WP2 hacking as well. So what exactly is Wi-Fi? So Wi-Fi is a wireless networking technology that allows devices such as computers, laptops, desktops, right? Any other mobile devices to interface with the internet. So if you look at the right-hand side over here, you notice that you have all these devices, right? You have the computers, you have your cell phone, you have a laptop. They're all connected to a wireless access point, right? Which is typically like a modem. That serves as also Wi-Fi connection, which is a wireless access point that allows devices such as your cell phone, if you're walking around at home, right? You don't need to connect your cell phone through a wired cable, right, to your modem. All you got to do is sign up to the Wi-Fi and you'll have the instant access to that network. That wireless access point serves as the actual Wi-Fi connection for any other devices in the network. So just think about a wireless access point as the same thing as an amplifier, and what an amplifier does for a home stereo. It amplifies the connection and amplifies the sound. And so an access point takes the bandwidth coming from a router and stretches it out so that more devices can get on the network. And sometimes you'll just have like a wireless access point that is connected to a router, right? You'll have an actual router that you can have for an actual access device. And sometimes you'll have a standalone wireless access point, right? That will allow the network to stretch its actual coverage. And so this is essentially what Wi-Fi is, right? It's a wireless network technology allowing devices to be connected to the internet through the network on a wireless basis. And so now let's go over how hackers break into Wi-Fi. So here are some of the common methods that they use to break into the actual Wi-Fi networks. So we have sniffing here. And what sniffing is, it allows hackers to hijack any packet of data that is being transmitted between a device and a router. So in between that connection, right, there's packets of information that are going back and forth, and the hacker is able to hijack any of those bits and pieces of information while they're being transmitted. And then we have spoofing, and how this works here is, typically when you log into a specific network, wireless network, you have your saved login information as far as your username and your password. And so what a black hatter does here is they set up a network that is stronger and that allows your particular device to connect to whatever saved information there as far as the login, the password, right? The credentials then get saved. And so then that information is now available to that, black hatter, and then they're able to actually get the login information to the actual network that you're looking to, actually connect to. And then there's war driving. This is where hackers are physically driving around in their car and they're spotting and looking to exploit wireless local area networks while they're driving around. And this is typically for businesses that have networks that, expand to a given location, given area. These are folks that are actually driving around looking to exploit these types of networks. And then we have encryption hacking. This is where hackers use brute force on the router in a bid to crack its decryption key. And then finally here we have brute force. I really want to give you a full explanation here what brute force is. This is the equivalent of trying every single key on the key ring and eventually finding the right one. So let's say you have a set of numbers that you're working with, 1 through 10. Brute force is essentially where you're going through each and every single combination within that 1 through 10, right? You're trying 1, trying 2, 3, 4, all the numbers, and you're essentially putting in all your force, all your capabilities to be able to take over that particular network or to get into that particular, information, whatever that may be. It's doing it by all means necessary, essentially. Trying everything in the book, throwing everything at it, everything in the kitchen sink to essentially be able to break into that network or whatever, data or application that you're breaking into. And so this is a quick section overview here of Wi-Fi hacking. We're going to go a lot more in depth in these coming lectures. Anthony's going to walk you through a lot more examples, but this is more just a quick overview of understanding at a foundational level what Wi-Fi is and what are some of the common methods that hackers use to break into Wi-Fi. So that's going to be here for this one, and we'll see you on the next one.